Hey guys, I want to talk about India, Pakistan, Operation Sindoor, and what might have been the largest air battle since, I guess, Desert Storm. So everyone knows on May 7th, India attacked Pakistan, attacked about 9 sites inside Pakistan-controlled Kashmir and Pakistan proper. I think it was 5 sites inside Kashmir and 4 sites inside Pakistan. And the misinformation started almost immediately. India really lost the information warfare fight within a couple of hours, with Pakistan claiming that it shot down 5 Indian jets. We still don't know the number of jets that were shot down on the Indian side or the Pakistani side, but initial claims were 3 Rafale jets on the Indian side, and I think one Su-30 and then 1 Indian MiG-29. By the way, if the background looks a little bit different, I'm in San Francisco right now. I came down here to do a little bit of consulting, and I'm hopping on a plane in, about 2 hours. I got to go to the War College, the Naval War College in Rhode Island for a couple of days, doing a conference there about the People's Liberation Army Navy. But let me talk about this, because I've talked to a couple of people about this. Now, one thing that keeps popping up online, and a lot of it is Pakistani propaganda, which they're really freaking good at, is that the Chinese jets performed really, really well. And what's kind of interesting is that I wouldn't if this is true, I wouldn't necessarily attribute Pakistan's higher kill count to Chinese jets in the sense of fighter jets. These Chinese, I think Pakistan operates the JF-17, and on India's side, their modern aircraft or stuff like the Rafale. I wouldn't put too much emphasis on whether Chinese fighter jets are good, but really Pakistan's investment in electronic warfare and airborne warning and control. So from what I understand, India and Pakistan, about 125 jets were involved in a running beyond visual range battle for about an hour on May 7th. At least that's what it's starting to look like here. And what's kind of interesting is that no matter how good your jet is, no matter how good the Rafale is, you're only good as the information you're getting as to where to point your jet and fire that missile, especially beyond visual range. Now, I believe the first beyond visual range kill, it had to have been in Vietnam, right? It had to have been in Vietnam because we had the F-4 Phantom with the Sparrow missile. But I know that there was a beyond visual range kill of, I want to say a Su-24, a Syrian Su-24 by Israel in sometime in the 80s. I want to say 82. Israeli F-16 killed a Syrian jet beyond visual range. But beyond visual range is kind of going to be the new thing, right? Where if we're in a dogfight, if you're actually stopping and turning and dogfighting, you're way too close, right? Something went really, really wrong if you're in an honest-to-God dogfight. You should be killing those enemy fighters from beyond visual range. And the best way to do that is to know where they are. So India has, I believe, 4 airborne warning and control systems. They have one old Soviet AN-50. They have 3 Embraer those ERJ 145s, like regional jets. They just kind of put a radar on. They use that for airborne warning and control. Whereas Pakistan has the I think 9 Saab Erieyes, and they have a couple of Chinese, I think it's ZDK-03 aircraft, which are Chinese AWACS. But the fact that Pakistan has almost 3 times as many electronic warfare and airborne warning and control aircraft as India kind of lets you know that Pakistan is fighting a modern air war. whereas India is still fighting air wars kind of the way we might have done in Vietnam, right? And so you can have the very best modern jet fighter tech, but if you don't know where to point those fighters, you're going to have a harder time winning on the modern battlefield. And I'm kind of reminded of the Nagorno Karabakh War, which I'm probably pronouncing incorrectly. But essentially the Nagorno Karabakh War, that was Azerbaijan attacked Armenia, and Armenia was still fighting like it was the 2000s, whereas Azerbaijan was using drones. They were using Israeli drones, the Bayraktar TB2s. They were using Turkish drones, Bayraktar TB2s. They were using Israeli loitering munitions and drones. The Hardop, I believe, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong as well. They were using drones, loitering munitions. They were using information warfare, where they're showing video footage and thermals of targets getting hit and saying, look how successful we are doing against the Armenians. So what's kind of interesting is that I really do believe this particular air war was a template for what the next war might look like in Taiwan, where if you don't have good sensors in the air, it doesn't matter how good your fighter planes are. It doesn't matter how brave your fighter pilots are. It doesn't matter how good the Rafale is. You're going to get taken down from 100 nautical miles away by some dude who's talking to an airborne control aircraft, airborne warning control aircraft. And, what's interesting is that AWACS, that's not sexy. Those radar planes, they're not a sexy thing to fly, right? They don't parade very well on, nobody ever wants to see a flyover of the Super Bowl with AWACS aircraft, right? Like, you want to see jet fighters. Jet fighters are cool. They parade well. But these AWACS aircraft are probably more important probably the most important piece of kit. These AWACS electronic warfare aircraft are probably the most important piece of kit a military can have in its arsenal, especially if it wants to fight a modern day conflict. Because without these jets, or without these AWACS aircraft, you're just kind of sitting in the dark hoping you're pointed in the right direction. Oh, hey, one more thing. The Last Republic is finally out in paperback and Kindle. The audiobook is finished. I'm still waiting for it to get approved by Audible. Last Republic is about a Mormon theocracy that's right in the middle of the U.S. Brigham Young founded the country of Deseret instead of the state of Utah, or territory of Utah. And 170 years later, America attacks. In an air war that is actually surprisingly like the one that just happened between Pakistan and India. But it's the first book in a series. It seems to be getting good views on Amazon. So thank you guys so much again for watching. Wow, this girl from Watertown sure is cool. Hey kid, what's going on? Think tank! A girl from Watertown is kind of like riding a moped. It's lots of fun till your friends see you on one. What's really cool is a t-shirt or hoodie from Bunker Branding. Wow, Intel Life, Control-C, Control-V, that's exactly what we do! And Bunker Branding has all sorts of cool gear. Intel Life, Air Assault, Live, Laugh, Launch for Destroyer, Trident, HIMARS, and Patriot. Think outside the bomb. Drone Sweep Drone, Department of the Boat People, landmines, and even the tow missile. It would behoove you to grab one today. Girls from Watertown aren't cool, so wear your Bunker Branding gear. Now I know. And knowing's half the battle. Hey babe, you want to dance? Bunker Branding!